How's it going, gamers? Welcome back to another episode of the Birchlands. This is number 58 now. We're getting very, very close to 60 episodes, which is kind of mind-boggling to me. As you can see, we've got this little patch of grass and podzol and dirt. There's just nothing here. And there's no rabbits in this world. I don't know where I just went right there. I just kind of spoiled the idea. We're gonna build ourselves a rabbit enclosure today. That's gonna be the first thing we do, because if you've never played Minecraft before, you won't know that rabbits drop rabbits' feet. That sounds kind of weird, not gonna lie, but you use those in brewing, and in brewing, those can land you some leaping potions. So we're gonna make a dedicated enclosure to them, and that'll basically be it for the episode. Just kidding, of course, there's gonna be more to this episode. Probably gonna wind up being a longer one. The episodes have been getting longer lately. But I think I've been doing a pretty good job keeping them consistent. But what do we want to do first? We want to get ourselves some cobblestone. And we're also going to want to get our shovel ready, because we're going to dig into the ground a little bit. These rabbits, they can jump rather high, not going to lie here. And we don't want them jumping out of this enclosure, which is why we're going to submerge it in the ground. Do I seriously not have any cobblestone lying around here? I don't think I do. That's hilarious. Sure do have a lot of netherrack, though. Alright, you know what that means. It's off to the outpost base, because I know for a fact there's a ton of cobblestone lying around there. Creeper, no trying to sneak up on me. Get out of here, you. Yeah, this right here is our little cobblestone stash. We're going to actually take a whole bunch of this stuff, because we don't have a whole lot of it at the main post. I reckon this should be plenty. We can easily just fill up those chests again with cobblestone off camera with the mine below here. Which I actually haven't been able to make much progress on between the last episode and this episode, so I should probably get on that at some point. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna define the area first, like we do with all of these little enclosures we make. So I reckon a little something like this should be more than enough space. We're gonna put away this cobblestone, because now it is time to dig down through the dirt, and potentially the stone too. And would you look at that? There's some coal hiding underneath here. Pretty interesting. We should probably grab that. And sand too, because part of this pen is actually like right over what was originally the beach. I'm just gonna go a couple blocks down into the stone right here, and I reckon this layer that we're standing on right now will be the layer that all the rabbits are gonna be on later. So this is as deep as we're going. I don't want to go too deep, because then it's gonna be a pain in the rear to get the rabbits in here safely. And I thought for sure that was going to be like a ton of coal right there. It looked super, super promising, but it was only 8. So yeah, it was just a few blocks just scattered about there. That was pretty clever, not going to lie. Game's playing tricks on me, or maybe I'm just playing tricks on myself. I probably am, knowing me. Anyways, as we go down, we're also going to bring the cobblestone down with us. That's going to be pretty nice. We've already got some of it right now, too. Oh, would you look at that? There's even more coal underneath here. Let's see if this is only 3 blocks right here. Let's see. Oh, no, it's not. This one's actually pretty good. And now we've got 42 of those. We've actually got the majority of the cobblestone in right now with just the stuff we mined up like right out over here. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mine down one more layer, and then we'll place in all the dirt right here. And there we go. The actual enclosure itself is actually done right here. You can't see it too well because it's night. Now what we're going to do next is we are going to craft up ourselves some ladders right here, just not too many. A little something like that. And also we're probably going to need a gate, you know, to secure the place. We would very much like to secure our rabbits. I almost forgot, we also got to add slabs to that too. So that way you can't just jump right on over it. We actually crafted a pretty convenient amount of ladders right here. We're not going to put a 4th one right down here, because the rabbits will actually latch onto that and climb up the ladder. If you have that. So we're not gonna have them do that. I don't want any of them escaping now. Now the only thing missing from this rabbit enclosure is the rabbits themselves and the chest where we're gonna store all the carrots and everything. So there's the chest. Now I think it would be important to dedicate a carrot farm just like right next to this. Just for this rabbit farm right here. I think that would help with like organization and everything, but I really don't know where we're gonna put it, except maybe here. I think it would look a little bit tacky, and I kind of feel like we could also put something else here as well. The only problem is that all the other land around here is gonna need to be terraformed if we want to put down a farm, which might be a little bit of a problem. But we do have the farms out here, over here on the ocean, we could use for that for now, so it's really not too much of a big deal. Anyways, we're gonna slap that thing right there, and now we're gonna go grab the carrots and go into the desert. Alright, so I only found 4 carrots in the storage facility right there, so what I'm gonna do before we go off to the desert is we're just gonna mine up some of this right here. It looks like we've actually only got 1 patch dedicated to carrots, which is a pretty interesting decision on my part. Perhaps maybe we should make that carrot farm this episode. We now have quite a few more carrots now that we harvested this right here. What do we have here? There's a whole bunch of fish just coming in here to visit my house. Very interesting. I thought they were pufferfish for a second. I've actually been trying to locate some pufferfish so that way we can take them out and put them in our little brewing shack right on over here. Or you can't really see that at all. Because I want to make some water breathing potions for a little adventure I hope we're going to go on in the near future, potentially. I think it'll be interesting. Probably one of the more interesting videos I've made, to be honest. But now we're gonna go on into the desert, because if you don't already know, there are rabbits in the desert, and I don't think that we can find any rabbits here in the overworld at all. Rabbits, rabbits, rabbits. Where are the rabbits at? That right there, that is not a rabbit. Alright, and after traveling for a while now, we are at the remnants of the very old village where I got the original villagers, but we do have 1 rabbit right here. Where's another one? Because we can't start a rabbit farm with just 1 rabbit. That's good. They are indeed spawning. It does look like we have some new chunks way over there. I don't know if you can see that or not. You very much can, actually. What am I saying? Anyways, it's going to be a little bit of a pain in the rear to get these rabbits all the way over to the portal, which is way in that direction. And it's becoming nighttime too, so that's just an added slap in the face to me. Where is another rabbit? I have this guy like right on over here. And then there's another one right there. So I'm gonna flip these carrots on over into my other hand and get the sword out. And here we go.
A few moments later.
And it appears that one of my rabbits has been murdered by a skeleton. That's amazing, actually. We haven't even made much progress. This is actually really slow. Alright, and it's officially time for take 2.
A few moments later.
And now, meanwhile, at the other village we visited way back in the day, I found 2 more rabbits. I'm actually kind of chasing this one. We'll grab you. We have a villager, too. I'm not really interested in you right now. We have the other one right on over there. We're gonna have to get up over these sketchy little caves right here. I'm more worried about the rabbit doing a little something like that, instead of, you know, me. Make this guy a little staircase going up, so I can get to the other guy, and the other guy just died. Fantastic, everybody. I'm just killing rabbits left and right here. Let's hope there's a third one. Hello, good friend, you're coming with me now. Where's your family at? I need them too. I'd kind of like it if they were nearby. And would you look at that? There's another one, and it's not a desert rabbit. I'm guessing this one had to have spawned in the savannah or something, but we'll take that. And now we can finally head home. I'm assuming you don't die when you hit the bottom. That's kind of been something that's been on my mind. I'm gonna release these 2. We're gonna feed them both and breed a third one in case one of them dies. I really don't think this is gonna happen, but just in case, it is a little bit of a drop. You know what, I've got an even smarter idea. Let's put water at the bottom right here. And now they really won't die when they hit the ground. Come on, no need to be shy, fellas. Just come right on in, okay? All are welcome. Hello there, little buddy. Right in here will do, thank you. And that's it. They're in the pen. It only took me like half an hour to do this. Almost 40 minutes, holy crap. Okay. Well, we can throw some of these carrots on into this chest right here, and I think it's time we started making that little farm, too. And where do I want to put it? What if we put it right here, actually? That would kind of work, not gonna lie. We are gonna have to, like, wall some stuff off just for organization, but I reckon if we just put it right here, good, this has silk touch on it, so we can break the beehive. But anyways, I do reckon if we put it, like, right here, that should be pretty convenient, not gonna lie. You can just take these logs, convert them to planks, put the planks right there, and, like right over here too or something, and that'll pretty much mark where the farm starts and ends. And we'll do some slight terraforming as well. And now this terraforming will be temporary as well as the walls. I'm gonna do a little bit of work on this in the near future, probably in another episode, but this is, temporary. So I don't intend to have it be like the final result here. We should probably replace the sand with more dirt so we can actually till it. And can you till podzol? You cannot. Okay, so we're gonna have to break that as well. Yeah, the podzole's gonna be a little bit annoying to deal with in the future if we can't till it. I don't think we can grass... Oh, we can grass path it. Okay. Never mind. But it's gonna be a little bit annoying to deal with farms here, which is I'm trying to use up all this land right here. If for those of you who are wondering how it got here, it was from farming the spruce trees right on over there. I have luckily confined that all to one area now, so hopefully we won't have Podzol taking over the world like it just did. This might actually be a little bit big for a carrot farm, and maybe we should, like, split this in two and have it be 2 carrot farms right next to each other, because chances are if we were to harvest this entire thing right here, it would fill up our inventory like nothing. What we'll do is we'll make ourselves a little river going from here all the way over there, and that'll be that. We'll cover it in slabs to hide it, and then on the right will be one farm, the left will be the other. It's slightly uneven right now, but who really cares? Probably put the water in first, because the water isn't going to be able to flow if there's slabs on top of it. It's also getting dark again, and there's a zombie! Everybody's ganging up on me this episode. And now it is time to add the actual crops to this little thing right here. And as you can see with the crops we've got in place, it looks pretty nice, not gonna lie. Of course, I'd like it if it was more complete right here, but it'll spread, don't worry. I don't really know what we're gonna do with this bee nest. I'm just gonna put it on this tree right here. It's gonna be the 3rd bee nest on one tree. There we go. We should start a bee farm at some point, too. That would be pretty nice. Alright, so with our brand new rabbit patch in motion right here, we got our 3 rabbits right there. And this, we're not gonna be going very far. We're going to be doing something I alluded to last episode, and that is making this building right over here, this little shack we have right here. It's a pretty fancy little shack, not going to lie. We're storing some bows and arrows in it. What we're going to do is we're going to go underground and make this a bunker, pretty much. So that's going to be like the 3rd bunker we've built in this world. We're going to put the ladder like right here, and it's going to go a little bit deep. Like not crazy deep, but like into the stone layer. It's gonna look a little bit different down there too. I've really been thinking about how I want to do this, and since we don't have a whole lot of birch wood left over, what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna use ourselves some spruce wood and some deep slate that I've mined up recently. Something else I think we're also gonna use down here is going to be some stone bricks. So I'm gonna take this cobblestone right here and we're just gonna chuck it in some furnaces. I don't think I actually have any stone bricks lying around, but I do believe I do have a few chiseled stone bricks lying around though. So what we can do is we can definitely use those for some decoration more towards the end here. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a whole bunch of sticks. That's what we're gonna use to make the ladder. We're going to use a whole lot more ladders than we did with the rabbit hole right there. Although probably not as much as I've crafted up right here, but we'll find a use for these in the future, I guess. And what I'm going to try to do while we build this, I'm going to do my best to remember to breed these guys up and to harvest this. We'll see how that goes. I've tried to do that with other projects in the past, but it hasn't gone very well. It's really just for efficiency. It's not like a dire need or anything. Well, what do we want to do when we go down here? I think it would actually be smart if we grabbed some cobblestone, so that way we could make the little shaft there look a tad bit more visually pleasing. I don't think it would make a whole lot of sense just to have sand in back of the ladder, but we're going to grab some cobblestone. We have 31 torches. Do we have any torches lying around in any of these right here? We got our flint and steel! I am so sorry you had to hear that, but I had to make that joke with the Minecraft movie being out now. It's been out for a little bit. We're gonna take the flint and steel and maybe use it on the netherrack right here. Maybe we'll make a little fireplace down there. Yeah. I'm very curious to see how that's gonna sound like when I go to edit this. Also, we got more bows, which by the way, I should probably, you know, combine all of these at some point, because they sure are taking up a ton of space in that little chest right there. Alright, how deep do we want to go? We're gonna go fairly deep here. We're going to dig down. It's going to be a little 3x3 area right here. We're going to keep on digging down. Let's try to get to a nice number. Right now we're at 56. So what we can do is we can go to Y40, I think. Or maybe just Y50, because that would be a little bit ways down. I don't want to be climbing this ladder forever whenever we have to go down here. Now since we've got this 9x9 area, we're going to put the cobblestone all around us right here, only leaving one block in the center. Alright, and putting the ladder in, this is what we got right here. This is gonna be our entrance way, and then I'm thinking like right over here, this is going to be like a hallway. And this is where we're going to have like all the deep slate. And it's actually going to start looking a little bit more visually pleasing. As you can see right now, it's a little bit cramped in here. But that is subject to change. Alright, so this is what the hallway is going to look like right now. At least in terms of the space we needed to clear out. The walls are going to go all right here. And I was thinking we could have some of these spruce logs exist in the corners right here just to add a little bit of depth to it. Just a little something like that. It's going to look a lot better when this is actually finished, of course. Right here in the middle, we have a little bit of a problem, and that is this wall. More so, this empty gap right in the middle here. But what I think we can do is to make sure it doesn't look too hideous, because it's going to look a little bit out of place, no doubt about that. We can put ourselves a little door right here. And I think if we do so, it's going to look a lot better. It almost kind of looks like a house in a village, not going to lie. But just imagine this at like the end of a hallway. Alright, now the stone is mostly done. We're going to turn all that into stone bricks. And I believe all the deep slate is at the outpost base, so just give me a minute here. Alright, so here's a few stacks of the cobbled deep slate. Here's a few more stacks. We'll take a few of those. Alright, now that we've got all of the cobbled deep slate right here, I think it would actually look better if we turn it into polished deep slate. Not gonna lie, we haven't done a whole lot of builds with that lately. In fact, scratch lately, I think ever, personally. Alright, and as you can see, with the walls in place right here, we're looking a whole lot more complete now. And I'm thinking that this quote-unquote hallway right here is just gonna be one little room, and then on each wall right here, we'll branch off 2 other rooms, which is where the actual goods will be stored. And on this wall right here, we'll have our fireplace. Alright, and so the plan for the fireplace right here isn't going to be anything too crazy. We're going to have 3 blocks of netherrack right here. We'll give them the flint and steel. And then we're going to put 6 iron bars right here. Pretty simple. Alright, so those 3 can go there. We can light it up, just a little something like that. Then we can put the iron bars over it. How does it look? I don't think it actually looks too bad, except one thing. And that one thing is where the smoke is ending up. I think it would be just a tad bit more realistic if we did a little something like that right there. That way it sort of looks like there's a chimney right there, even though there isn't, and this would probably like smoke up the entire room right here had it been built in real life. But it's a very nice little fireplace right there. We definitely can't forget about the roof in here either. And we can make ourselves a little hole right here, and this will be the room we build today. Then we can make ourselves a little hole right here in the wall, and this right here will become the room we make today. We're gonna save the other room for another time, because I don't know what to put in there. Not right now, at least. And it's really coming together right now. I just finished up the walls. We're gonna add in some spruce logs right in here. And now this is it. This is the room, pretty much. We're gonna put one more right there. And right here, this is where the chests are gonna be at. And this place feels like it's a lot deeper underground than it really is. Like, this is only Y50. You can actually hear a wandering trader above us right now. It just feels like it's, like, super deep. Like, it's in the teens in terms of why. I don't know why, actually. It's probably because of all the dark blocks. But yeah, that's that, I guess. Now all we gotta do is add the chests and add the decorations, of course. And maybe add a door, too. Could be pretty helpful. Anyways, wandering trader, where are you at? Here you are, buddy. What do you have for me? You have absolutely nothing for me. Goodbye. Where are those chiseled stone bricks I keep on talking about? Where are they at? I don't see them anywhere. Here they are. We probably won't need 22 of them, but it'll help. Yeah, we'll take 22 actually. Maybe we could use them. I don't know. What if instead of using wooden doors like a peasant, what if we use an iron door and we combine that with a lever, you know, just for some extra security down there? We wouldn't want people just randomly accessing our weapons, now would we? One more thing to do is we are going to actually get our stuff out of our chests right here. And we're going to move it on down there. This is also going to be a place for armor too, and tools, not just swords and stuff. I think that would kind of get a little bit boring, not going to lie, if we just had it all down there. I've done this in the past before. I think it really keeps things organized. And it's a cool build to do as well. Do we have anything in our ender chest? No, we do not. Okay. Hold on a minute. Where's that bow we made? Okay, that's pretty weird. I can't seem to find the bow, the enchanted one, that I, like, revived not too long ago. That's kind of weird. It's not any of these. These are 2 more I just found, like, right in here. Oh, you know where it might be? I probably moved it, like, right in there. Okay, never mind. I was getting a little bit worried there for a second. Everything is okay. Let's see if the rabbits agree with me. How many of these guys do we have in here? We have, like, a few of these now. I've only bred them once now. But now, population is about to go way up, let me tell you that. I'm just gonna confirm this real quick. Yes, there it is right there. Alright, great. And we'll fix this problem shortly. Right now, we can install our iron door, just a little something like that. Put a lever right there, and as you can see, it's beautiful. Look at this. Look at this amazing redstone invention I've made right here. Anyways, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to break some blocks in the ceiling right here, and we're going to replace them with the chiseled stone bricks. I reckon that should spice things up a little bit, you know, assuming that they're in the proper spots. Kind of like that right there. Same thing right on over here, and in here too, and above the fireplace, because why not? It's a fireplace, it's pretty nice. And I believe that should be it, actually. Oh yeah, that's right, we gotta add the chests. How stupid of me, I need to get the wood. You know what might also be helpful? Grabbing all of the loose gear we have just lying around in here. Did I take this golden sword? Maybe I should. It is technically gear, but like, it's kind of rubbish. We actually have a lot of these. So there's gonna be a lot of junk gear down there, unfortunately, but we can clear this all up. Like, we can run this through like an auto smelter at some point and get tons of gold nuggets. Not really so sure what we're gonna do with the stone swords at all, though. Maybe we should just limit this to only, like, important gear, like the fishing rod right here and other stuff, like the shears and everything. But I would like to kind of keep this all in one spot until we, you know, get rid of it. But gosh dang, it is like taking up my entire inventory here. So you know what we're gonna do? We are going to combine it all real quick. With all the chests here, we now have this little empty gap right up on here. So to fix that, we're just gonna do the little stair method that I keep using for literally every single build ever. And there we go, I reckon that should be complete now. So what we can do is we can store like the junk items in here, and all the good items in here. And there we go, that just about wraps up for this episode, except for the combination of all the bows above to free up space in that poor little chest. A lot of skeletons were taken out to get all this stuff. Alright, and with all that done, we now have a lot less bows in this chest right here. I really don't know what we're going to use all these other ones for, but maybe we can find a way some days. You know what we could do? Dispensers. We could easily use these for dispensers, except for this one right here. But that is a plan for the future right there. Anyways, this right on over here is our little dripstone farm. We're going to harvest this thing. It is now completely ready to be filled completely on the top. So we can have the maximum amount of pointed dripstones growing in here. It's going to take up this little area right here. And it's been this way, I think, for a couple episodes now. I just haven't gotten around to doing it, because, you know, we focus on other things besides dripstone in this little series, but what we're gonna do, just before the video ends, is I'm just gonna add in the remaining spots, and then maybe, next episode, we can put in place the lava farm, which is going to be absolutely huge for the furnace building, because lava buckets can smelt up a ton of good stuff. Let me tell you that right now. What am I doing? Hold on. I'm gonna craft up 7 of these. We've got 18 left over, so yes, we can do that. We can just fill the entire room right here, just with that little harvest that we just did. Very nice. It's gonna get a little bit wet in here, though. And with all that in place, it is officially complete. This little water farm right here, this dripstone farm, it's done. Finally, after long last. This 64 stack of pointed dripstone right here is the previous harvest. I was going to use this to make those blocks right there, but we just harvested again. You obviously just saw everything, pretty much. But this will now go towards the creation of the lava farm. And so will all the other dripstone that thing produces over time. But anyways, thank you for watching this video to the end. If you liked it, like, comment, and subscribe. Do all the stuff I usually say at the end of these crazy videos I make. And I'll see you in the next one. Cannot wait to see how much rabbit we can get out of this little farm right here.